Actually, lost the fights.
You know, 'cause that's always dead important.
It always
Yeah.
helps, like, doesn't it?
Does.
Talk, 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 talk,
Few
talk,
bikes,
talk, talk, talk.
few bikes missing on one side for the looks of it.
Some of them
Oh,
are
there they
running
come.
round.
That's probably how, because they haven't. Hello, everybody. We only saw you yesterday.
That was very,
Welcome.
very energetic. Are you feeling all right?
I've had my third glass of cherryade.
Ooh.
He's on a sugar rush.
He's
So,
buzzing off his tits.
But yeah, we've got a watch along to Sheffield versus Leicester, and as always, I'm joined by Mr. Dill. But before we come on to this meeting, look, I'm sorry. Alan is back, giving us updates of Ipswich. Al, who's riding where at Ipswich?
So, riding for the Ipswich Witches at number 1 is Jason Doyle, and number 2 is Danny King, and number 3 is Adam Ellis, and number 4 is Tom Brennan. Emil Saifudanov goes at 5, with Dan Thompson at 6, and Jason Edwards, the rising star, at number 7. For the Birmingham Brummies, they line up with Tobias Musilak at number 1, Paco Castagna at number 2, Jonas Jeppesen at number 3, Kieran Roux at number 4, Matti Zagar at number 5, a welcome return for Ben Barker at number 6, and Sam Hagan at number 7. Chaps, you're meant to watch.
Al sounds like a Centre Green presenter with that. Gave me
No,
Centre
it's not
Green
having.
vibes.
It's not having my job. Mine.
Meant to watch. I'm going to go for Danny King for Ipswich. He's been flying around Vauxhall this year, although the track doesn't sound like it's in the best of nick and it's still raining. So that may throw a spanner in the works. And for Birmingham, I will go for Keenan Roux because he knows Vauxhall inside and out.
For Ipswich, I'm going to go for Dan Thompson because he's just getting himself into a little bit of form now. And for Birmingham, I'm going to go for Paco because he rides very well at number 2 for Birmingham.
What research you done, Al? What prep have you done?
Well, God, you asked that. So, the last score between these two sides was a 60-30 win for Ipswich. And I've just had to look back at last year's as well, and I can tell you that Ipswich won 49-41 and then lost 44-46 with a certain Tom Brennan helping Birmingham get a 5-1 over them. So I wonder if he'll be the catalyst for Ipswich to get some revenge on Birmingham after that 5-1. Also looked at the teams from the last time out. So Jason Edwards has switched sides, now riding for Ipswich instead of Birmingham. Matti Zagar hasn't ridden here yet, so as he was out and Daniel and Hume is guesting, your top scorer for Birmingham, Michael Jepsen Jensen, is no longer obviously riding for them, so that could be a problem.
I think Toby did well like that night though.
I didn't write that one down, I couldn't be honest with you. Antivilas, obviously he was at reserve and now being replaced by Ben Barker. And Jonas Jeppesen has moved from the number 2 spot to the number 3. And surprisingly, the Ipswich team, the only unchanged, are all unchanged, apart from obviously Mr. Edwards down at reserve.
Sweet.
Yep, that's me.
Thanks, Al.
Aye.
Bye.
For the meeting we're covering tonight, I'll do the visiting team, Palmer will do the home team, I'll go first. For the Leicester Lions, Max Frick rides at number 1. Stuart Dixon's moved away from his rider replacement at number 2 and he's gone for Richard Lawson to guest. Number 3, Ryan Douglas. Carl Howarth at number 4, who's done as many laps at Sheffield as probably most of the Sheffield team, to be honest. Sam Masters at 5, Drew Kemp at 6, and Joe Thompson at number 7. Palmer, your man to watch for the Lions.
I've gone for Richard Lawson for the Lions. He knows that team very, very well. Obviously, they made minimal changes over the winter, and Richard's traditionally a very good rider around Sheffield.
I've gone for Carl Howarth because of his previous experience at Alwerton. He obviously knows the place inside out, and it's his first season away from Sheffield. He's done multiple years there, and he's a very good rider. And he looks like he's got a different edge to him this year. He's almost found that ruthlessness that we've seen on a few occasions this year, to be fair.
100%, can't disagree with that. For the home side, then the Sheffield Tigers, number 1 is Jack Alder. Anders Rowe rides at number 2, Josh Pickering rides at number 3, Lewis Kerr goes at number 4, Chris Alder rides at 5, Justin Sedgman at 6, Leon Flint rides at 7. Dill, I'll let you do the explaining, but we've both gone for the same man to watch, probably for the same reasons.
Leon Flint's been absolutely phenomenal for Sheffield this year, in particular at home as well. Got a paid maximum, I think it was, last time they were in front of the TV cameras, in case you didn't watch on Monday when they wouldn't stop talking about it. So he's really dialed in around his track now, and he can fly when he's out front, and I think he'll be a catalyst against, with all due respect to Leicester, and not a brilliant reserve pairing. Drew Kemp's form seems to have dipped slightly for the Lions, and Joe Thompson's here and all there. There's no in between. It's brilliant or it's nothing. So I think Flint will outscore both opposition reserves, and he's got 3 rides against one of them, so he'll fly there. Leonard in the comments. Good meeting last night. Hope for a good meeting. Hope both teams stay safe. We can agree with that. News from Sheffield, actually. Josh Pickering called Mr. Bartosz Blair a good tosser, and he was, because Pico won the coin toss and chose 1 and 3 in Heat 1, and from the pre-meeting build-up it sounds like 1 and 3 are the gates that are going to be favourable early on.
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
While it's on the screen, I was going to say, while it's on the screen, do you want to run us through this?
Bellevue lead the way on 29 points, but they've had more meetings than anyone apart from Oxford. Ipswich sitting there in second place, Sheffield in third, Leicester in fourth. That virtually wraps the top 4 up at this stage of the season already. King's Lynn in fifth, Oxford in sixth, Birmingham
with the strong shoulders propping the table up at the bottom. Is that Zane spannering for Pico tonight?
I do believe it is.
It looks like him, yeah. It was Deck on Monday while Zane was riding. It's Zane again tonight. We've got 9 people watching us.
It's a lot of people. Thanks for joining us on your Thursday evening.
Richard Lawson's got his King's Lynn Kevlars on with his pool bike covers and a Leicester pullover.
Could have washed his bikes at least.
It's a bit dirty, isn't it, that?
Told me you was riding last night without telling me.
To be fair, so was Anders Rowe, and his bike looks pristine, to be honest.
Got a point.
I do try.
Maybe Richard Lawson couldn't afford the jet wash in Tesco's petrol station last night.
Maybe.
I did see actually last Friday the Kennedys washed both of them washing the bikes in Tesco's jet wash in the petrol station last week. It was cool.
A lot of them do that, don't they? Especially if there's meetings. Obviously, you were at Scunny last Friday and then straight to Workington on Saturday. They generally stop part way, don't they, and do a wash somewhere.
Yeah.
So a lot of riders do it when they have double header days as well, usually on bank holidays. I know the Wolves boys used to do it a lot. They'd stop off on the motorway services and jet wash some bikes and the kit down, just to spruce it up a little bit before the evening meeting, usually against Bellevue, to be fair.
Smart way of doing it.
It is. Anything going on at Ipswich yet, Al?
No.
The referee for that one at Ipswich is Wayne Jarvis as well. Fairly solid enough fella, to be honest. Nice guy. Okay ref, I suppose, but yeah, nice fella. Referee for the one we're covering tonight, Palmer, is Paul Carrington.
While we're on the subject of Speedway, if you're in the Lincolnshire area and you haven't got a lot to do, we've got a double header at Scuddy tomorrow, so get yourselves down. It's 7 o'clock start. We've got Scunny versus Edinburgh in the top league, and then we've got the Travelodge Steelers versus the Edinburgh Academy afterwards.
Yeah, it's a very patched up Steelers side, isn't it?
It is, but we're giving a few of the young up and coming lads a go at league racing, so it's one of them. I'm more interested in seeing how Steen and Ryan go for the Steelers, to be honest.
It will certainly be interesting, yeah. And
There are other meetings on in the UK.
Obviously for us, be busy as well with our riders. Some of the riders we work with having. So I've just seen Ipswich's new picture they've put out of the team. Jason Edwards has got Ipswich Kevlars. And they're his own. Yeah, and they're his own. How long in the making was this deal?
Probably as soon as Edwards got injured, maybe.
Would you like some good news? I've just seen that they've had the gates up at Ipswich.
Well, Birmingham have won something, okay? Because that's what you're about to tell me, innit?
Yeah, Birmingham won the toss and took gates 1 and 3.
That's it. Call it off. Birmingham are default winners.
It might not be all we win, but it's a start.
Yeah, they might get a couple of shared races if they're lucky. We've got riders coming out for 3-1 at Sheffield. Right, Al, we'll catch you in a bit, mush. Yeah, Anders Rowe's bike is pristine, bob on, clean as a whistle. Richard Lawson looks like he's just come here from Poole about 20 minutes ago.
He does notoriously turn up late.
He does notoriously turn up late, you're right.
Justin Sedgman's got a bald patch.
I know. He's had that for years, man.
To be fair, it's very rare we see him without an hat on. So I just thought to point it out.
You've got a point there as well, to be honest. It's interesting to see Stuart Dixon moving away from the rider replacement option tonight, though, and going with a guest, citing that it seems to be taking a bit out of his riders running RR.
Decent guest option to have if with him being available.
Heat 1, the gates are as follows. Gate 1 in blue for the Tigers, Anders Rowe. Gate 2 in yellow for the Lions is Richard Lawson. Gate 3 in red for the Tigers is Jack Holder. And off the outside in white, let's be honest, he's been absolutely fantastic everywhere this year. Max Frick.
He has.
Really turned a corner this year, hasn't he, Max Frick? Particularly at number 1 in British Speedway, anyway.
Yeah, to be fair, he did the same thing last year. And then the playoffs come.
And he was, yeah.
And then he went missing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see if the same happens this year. The start marshal and about to walk away for heat number 1. The tapes fly. It's a very good start from the inside gate there, but Max Frick from the outside just gets himself around the outside there. Jack Holder. Now Jack Holder's sitting in there in the second place position. Holding out ruthless, trying to get up the inside there. And Max Frick has Jack done him. Yes, he has. Decent, ruthless move there from Jack Holder. Now can Max Frick repay the compliment? Who says you don't have passing at Sheffield? Anders Rowe's getting closer now to Max Frick as well. This is quite close. Richard Lawson is surprisingly at the back at the moment as we go into the next lap. Jack Holder's still being put under some pressure here from Max Frick. It is incredibly difficult though to pass at Sheffield, and the track looks like it's got a little bit of moisture in it. Jack just makes a slight mistake coming off the fourth bend there, but there was still too much of a gap for Max Frick to really make any form of challenge as they come round the final 2 turns for for the last time, it's going to be Sheffield that takes the spoils.
That was the perfect first couple of turns from Max Frick. Made a really good gate, got over the two Tigers boys, but left just too much of a gap on the inside entering three, and you can't offer Jack Alder the inside line to give you a good old nudge out of the way, even this early on when the line is on the inside. Richard Lawson, though, as you called there, suspiciously tailed off there. That's unusual for Lawson at Sheffield. Result of Heat 1 was a win for the rider in red, Jack Alder, second in white, Max Frick, and third in blue, Anders Rowe, with a winning time of 61.79. That's 4 points to Sheffield and 2 to Leicester. And it's 4-2 on the night, and it is 38-58 on aggregate. The claw back a couple of the points. Sheffield are 22 points down for the aggregate points, so they needed a good start.
They needed a good start, and they need another good 14 heats afterwards.
I think without Jack comes in there, though, if Max Frick was one of those riders that drops it, I think Max Frick would have been in bother.
100%.
I mean, Jack Alder. You know what I mean.
Same thing, innit?
They're both
They're
Australian.
both Aussies. They're both riding the GPs. It's the same person, really.
One of them's got a brother called Noddy, and the other one is Max Frick.
Yeah, that.
We're getting a move on tonight. To be fair, the weather everywhere looks a bit suspect for this evening, so I ain't
It's
surprised.
been a bit dodgy, hasn't it?
Yeah, I ain't surprised they're getting a bit of a shift on with this. And Leicester now off the pre-meeting favoured gates. Both teams wanted to win that toss, so it'll be interesting to see how our man to watch goes off gate 4 here. But gate 4 did make the start in the opener. Heat 2,
did.
gate 1 in white for the Lions is Drew Kemp. Had a really poor night by his standards on Monday against Sheffield at Leicester. Gate 2 in red is Justin Sedgman. Gate 3 in yellow, Joe Thompson. And off the outside in blue is Leon Flint. Our numbers have just jumped from 8 to 16.
That's like double.
Did you have to get your shoes and socks off to work that out?
Yeah. Maths was never my strong point.
Nor mine. Start playing darts. Maths will come with you. Trust me.
Apparently, there was playing Hulk Hogan's song after Heat 1 there. Obviously, news coming out that he's no longer with us.
Oh.
Just what got said in the big group chat. So, I don't want to be the one that gives the bad news, but it's just started raining in Scunny, which is about 40 mile away from Sheffield. Tapes rise for heat number 2. It's a solid start there from Drew Kemp off the inside. Get there. Joe Thompson looks to get with him, and Joe Thompson there is fighting off both the Sheffield Tigers here. Leon Flint gets around him. Now, what can Justin Sedgwick do coming up the inside? Is very, very tight here. Going. That was tighter than a nun's underpants as we come into the next now. Drew Kemp still has the lead. He's been chased all the way by Leon Flint, and Justin Sedgman's now the one that's tailing off at the rear of the field, and we're coming to the next lap. Justin Sedgman's trying everything to get around Joe Thompson, but he just can't seem to find the speed in his bike or the right line, and Drew Kemp's got too big of a lead now over Leon Flint to make anything happen. Sedge is now trying to go around the outside here to try and get closer to Joe Thompson in the last lap, but it's not quite going to work unless Joe has a little bicycle failure, but I don't think that's quite going to happen. And that was an emphatic win from Drew there.
How they all stayed on there, I will never know. I thought that was tears down the back straight. They all bunched up. Joe Thompson was in there. Justin Sedgman has been really, really poor at Sheffield. He's been a little bit better away, but he's been poor at home. And he got a little bit closer to Joe, but that was about it. Drew Kemp, though, fantastic ride, fantastic win. Looked quick as well, to be honest. And the result of heat number 2 was a win for the rider in white, Drew Kemp, with a winning time of 62.02. Second in blue, Leon Flint, and third in yellow, Joe Thompson. That's the 4-2 back in the Leicester Lions' favour, and we're now tied up at 6 apiece, or 40 points to 62 on aggregate. Leicester get their 2 points back to move it back up to 22. I thought Joe Thompson was going to do them both here.
So did I. I was convinced that was going to be a Leicester 5-1 at that point.
He did start very well. He can gate, can't he, old Joe, to be fair?
He can. But, yeah, on to the next one.
We're going very, very, very slowly at Ipswich.
I don't think they really get heat. They don't really start heat 1 till quarter 2.
To be honest, you'd think with the rain around, they'd want to be starting it a bit earlier. Like, it didn't stop raining all afternoon there, and they've got a second half to do as well.
That they have, yeah.
So you'd have thought they'd have started it, prompt.
You'd have thought so.
I do like that 2-minute warning though, the flashing light over their head. Looks like my kitchen light bulb when it's on the blink.
It just works, doesn't it? Especially in tight spaces like there is at Sheffield.
And them pits are bloody tight. Heat number 3, this is going to be a good one. This will be a very good one. Heat 3, gate 1 in blue, Lewis Kerr. Gate 2, white, Ryan Douglas. Gate 3, red, Josh Pickering. Gate 4, yellow, Carl Howarth. This pairing for Leicester has been bloody brilliant this year.
Probably the best 3 and 4 pairing in the league.
It gives me vibes of that season. I think it was 2022. Steve Worrell and Sam Masters at 1 and 2 for Wolves. Do you remember that?
It was very rare you didn't get a heat advantage from them two, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tapes rise them for heat number 3. It's a brilliant start there from Ryan Douglas that gets to the first turn first, and now Lewis Kerr looking to come underneath him. Not quite worked out. Can Josh Pickering make a move round the outside? Pico blasted himself round the outside there with Douglas. Dougie hold the line. Pico round the outside. It's neck and neck as they go past the first straight. But it's now Josh Pickering that has the lead. Kyle Howarth, for saying he spent 9 years at this track, is uncharacteristically at the back at the moment. But Pickering with a great move there over the over Ryan Douglas to get himself into the first place, and there's no looking back now from Josh Pickering. And to be fair, Kyle Howarth isn't really closing in on Lewis Kerr either, so it's a Tigers 4-2. At the current point of stand, obviously things can change within the next 15 to 20 seconds, or however long a lap is here at Sheffield. He's trying absolutely everything. He's pulling wheelies now down the back straight to try and get closer to Josh Pickering, but it's not quite going to work out. Pico wins that with a decent first lap, and I thought Lewis Kerr was going through the fence then.
To be fair, one more lap and Dougie may have had Pico as well. Good ride from Pickering to come round the outside of Dougie. It was fair. Dougie left room, looks over his right shoulder, and just as he does, Pico's alongside him, coming straight past him. Dougie's probably going to need a change of underpants. The result of Heat 3 was a win for the rider in red, Josh Pickering. Second in white, Ryan Douglas. And third in blue, Lewis Kerr, with a winning time of 61.5. And that puts the Sheffield Tigers another 2 points less in arrears for the aggregate, back down to 20 now at 44-64, and 10 points to 8 up on the night. Just exchanging 4-2s at the moment.
Exchanging Christmas presents in it. You have this one. Well, look, we give you the exact same thing.
I can tell you something, without stealing Alan's thunder, there's going to be no maximum for Jason Doyle tonight.
No? No, there isn't. I'm glad I picked that rider that come third as the one to watch.
I'm glad I picked the one who came first.
Yeah, you've got points. But I'll do you one better. You've got 3.
Well, this is a new thing from BSN, interviewing riders after heat wins between, that race and the next one starting. That's something new they've decided to bring in. That instant reaction.
100%. It's not a bad thing to have, really, is it?
It's different. You can see the evolution from BSN, can't you, every year?
Oh, it's one of them. If you go back to 2022, I think it was when they first started,
Yeah, I think you're right.
to what they've got now is nothing short of phenomenal.
We're on to heat 4 already, and the lineup for heat number 4 going off gate 1 in blue is Leon Flint. Gate 2 in yellow, Joe Thompson. A very gutsy ride first time out, actually. Gate 3 in red is Chris Noddy Holder. And off the outside in white is Sam Masters. Again, there's a lot of Aussies in this meeting, isn't there? Aussies and Brits all the way through.
Yeah. They couldn't have been a little bit adventurous and signed a Swede or a Dane or a Finn or...
I'll tell you who has signed a Swede, though. Oxford Spires. What do you make of that signing very, very quickly before we start this one?
I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier.
He couldn't commit to certain Thursdays, and now I think his commitments have changed slightly. But I'm glad.
Yeah, he's only got one.
I'm glad we ain't got
one
to race
fixture clash. Start Marshall then walked away for it, and before the tapes rise away, we go to solid start there for Leon Flint off the inside gate there. And now what can Flinty do? Can he get up the inside there of Joe Thompson? Yes, he can. It's Sam Masters that blasted himself round the outside of the lot. So it's Masters with Holder chasing him down there in second. Joe Thompson holding a very credible third place. Leon Flint at the back in this one. As it stands, anyway. I mean, anything could happen. We all know what happens in Speedway. And it's another bloody 4-2.
At the moment.
At the moment, obviously, you know, slips, trips, falls, and all of that can happen. But yeah, Sam Masters is just, as soon as he got around the outside of the lot there on the second turn of the first lap, there is just no looking back from him now, is there? And Chris, to be fair, isn't anywhere near enough to make any form of challenge over Sam. So it's got to be another 4-2. Come on, boys, we're getting bored of these now. As they come round the final two turns for the final time. I think it's the final time. Samples half a wheelie.
I'll tell you what, he's not grabbing headlines, he's not a big name in the team. These 2 points for Joe Thompson could prove absolutely vital at the end of the meeting. He's beat Justin Sedgman now, and he's beat Leon Flint, who's been nigh on unbeatable around this track this season. And he looks really competitive as well.
He does.
YouTube comments, lady. Evening, hope you both good. Hoping for a Lions win, of course. Heat 4 was won by a Lion. Sam Masters was the winner in white, second in red, Chris Holder, and third in yellow, Joe Thompson, with a winning time of 62.22. A 4-2 back in Leicester's favour now, and it's 12 apiece on the night. And it is 46.68 on aggregate. Gate 1's a bloody nightmare so far. Not got a race win yet.
If races was won just before the first bend, the first lap, Gate 1 would have won a few.
Unfortunately, we've got 3 3/4 laps to do after that.
I tell you what, I'm glad I'm just watching and not doing the racing. I'm tired out just watching them.
Too much hard work, is it?
And that's just the watching part.
We've got a break. Let's bring Alan in, see what's going on at Ipswich.
Well, there's been 2 heats at Ipswich. So heat number 1 was won by Danny King, with Tobias Musilak in second, and Paco Castagna third. Jason Doyle retiring at the back. So that was a 3-all in heat 1. Heat number 2 was won by Jason Edwards, with Dan Thompson in second, Ben Barker third, and Sam Hagan at the back. A 5-1 to Ipswich makes the scores 8 to Ipswich and 4 to Birmingham.
Thanks, Al.
No problem.
They're bringing all the dirt back in. They don't want riders going that wide this early on, do they?
No.
What have we got coming up then, Palmer? Meetings-wise, this weekend, we may as well, give it a plug. I know everyone that watches us are Speedway fans, but if you're located near the track, go and give some support to them.
I mean, Glasgow's got a meeting tomorrow, but we know our Al won't turn up.
Glasgow's got Eric. And then Saturday, they're taking over the Travel Lodge thing, both teams are.
Oh, mate. Red Car have got Pool tomorrow. That's a fixture live on BSN.
What's
If you
that?
can't make it to the Echo Arena.
What's that?
Obviously, as we mentioned earlier, there's a doubleheader at Scunny. The Scorpions taking on Edinburgh, with the Steelers taking on the Monarchs Academy.
Just very quickly, a lot of people are asking why Luke Harrison can ride in the Championship meeting, but he's riding a replacement for the National League one. Do you want to explain this?
As someone that works with Luke,
and for his dad,
and for his dad, I've had this explained to me perfectly. Because they've got a 14-hour drive, they've been granted permission to just ride in the one meeting so they can get straight off to represent Team GB in some meeting on Saturday.
You mean to tell me British Speedway authorities are granting Team GB things more important than the National Development League? I ain't having that.
Especially when said rider doesn't necessarily need the National Development League.
You got a point. YouTube comments lady says, hi McNally, followed up with Leicester NDL on Sunday. Another one you're going to?
No.
Next
Leicester's
Sunday.
I've got myself a little birthday trip up to Leicester to watch the Fox Cubs, because the Vipers ride for them, against Plymouth Centurions, who's got Ryan Ingram. So I'm just going for a little birthday day out. I might even treat myself or go to Tesco's beforehand and buy myself a little birthday cake.
And while you're at Leicestershire, I'll be on my way to Great Yarmouth for 2 weeks by the seaside. So these lucky folk on YouTube, next week any watch-alongs will be our last for a couple of weeks, until at least just after the middle of August.
There is an interesting fixture actually on a Wednesday, which I may be tempted to purchase if you fancy a watch-along to it.
What is it?
Poole versus Oxford. Or is it Oxford versus Poole? It's one of them two.
See, that could be close, because I don't think Poole are that big powerhouse that they have been. They don't have any intimidation to them anymore, do they? Not this year, anyway.
No.
There's no intimidation there.
Poole versus Oxford.
So it's at Poole. Here, Palmer, I ain't going to nick Allen's thing off him, but somebody's moved at the tapes in Heat 3. Which one of Tom Brennan, Adam Ellis, Jonas Jepsen and Keenan Rude do you think it was? I'll give you a clue. He's your mate.
My mate Adam.
He cannot sit still at the tapes, can he? He's getting as bad as James Sargent.
To be fair, BSN updates haven't even got Heat 2 on.
Speedway updates is a bit further ahead than BSN is.
Leicester's got an NDL meeting on Sunday. So have Oxford. And obviously,
What have we got Monday? Birmingham have got Bellevue.
we've got the Kings Lynn versus Leicester on BSN, the first leg of the Knockout Cup final.
Second leg is Thursday, which may be a watch along. We ain't decided yet.
But yeah, we'll gather some thoughts over the coming days.
We usually just sit down and go, should we do a watch along? Yep, sorted.
That's literally how it goes. To be fair, it'll probably be done by the end of the night.
The Wednesday one depends whether you're interested enough to buy that meeting or not. That's going to be the only one on as well, isn't it? Because they're the only 2 Wednesday teams. And if you're over on the Isle of Wight on Tuesday, there's the Isle of Wight team taking on a Cradley team. Cradley are really struggling to find riders at the moment. We're on with Heat 5. Gate 1 in yellow, Richard Lawson. Gate 2 in red, Josh Pickering. Gate 3 in white, Max Frick. And Gate 4 in blue is Lewis Kerr. Max Frick made a beautiful start in Heat 1, and and Jack Holder just dive bombed him. He'll be wanting to put that right here. Josh Pickering with a brilliant pass on Douglas in his first race.
100%. And Richard Lawson was very disappointing in Heat number 1. I think he's certainly going to want to right that wrong.
And he's off the gate that's not had a win yet. Gate stats so far, Gate 2 and Gate 4 have had 1 apiece. Gate 3 has had 2.
Stats man.
Sad man, more like.
Same thing, innit? Numbers.
And let's hope this referee is not as pedantic as that clown at Oxford last night was.
That was certainly something,
The
wasn't
more I
it?
sit and think about that, he excluded Clint for basically enforcing the rule, which the ref should have been. The ref was perfectly happy to let Heaps get away with it. That begs a question in itself.
Doesn't it? Favouritism in the SCB.
The state of the officiating in this country is mind-boggling.
Won't get that with us. Anyway, start Marshall Kev there walks away for eight number 5. I think Max Frick had a bit of a nibble there, but it's Josh Pickering that gets to the first now. Max Frick dives up the inside there of Pickering, and Richard Lawson gets up the inside there of Lewis Kerr, so it's currently the Lions on another 4-2 advantage at the minute. Lewis Kerr's looking down at his bike as the three in front of him get even further away, and Pickering is trying absolutely everything to get to Max Frick, but it just is not working. He just hasn't got the speed in his motorcycle to get there, and there's no real inside line working either at the minute. So Pickering is trying all he can, and he's getting closer to Max Frick. He just can't get himself a way through. Max Frick's dirt deflector just having a little bouncy bounce there on the back of his wheel, but Richard Lawson's very, very safe in third, and to be fair, Pickering's very, very safe in second now, and barring any form of slips, trips, falls, or mechanical failures, Max Frick is very, very safe there in the first place position.
I don't think it was Richard Lawson or Max Frick, whichever one you said, that nibbled. I think it was Lewis Kerr, and he punished himself for it. Good ride from Max Frick. Pico was there or thereabouts. I'd say he was probably matching Max for speed-wise, but obviously you need to be going faster if you're going to pass him from behind. Matching him's going to do you no good. Be interested to see that start again though. Heat 5 was won by the rider in white Max Frick, second in red Josh Pickering, and third in yellow Richard Lawson with a winning time of 61.25. Another 4-2 for Leicester, and they take the lead on the night, 14 points to 16, and it's 48-72 on aggregate. I think it was Louis Kerr that nibbled.
Somebody definitely had a nibble.
From the inside one, you could see you couldn't from that overhead one.
If BSN are listening to us, and would be very, very nice to us if they could show that. Just that start again. That laugh tells you all you need to know.
The less said the better. If you want to watch this meeting, it is on BSN and it's available in the for an individual match pass of $13.99, or it's available in the Premiership season pass. And tomorrow's meeting from Redcar is available in the Championship pass, or again available for $13.99 for a one-off match pass for Redcar versus Poole.
That's a spicy meeting.
That will be a good meeting. I'm going to do everything I can to sit and watch that.
I kind of hope it's good is off so I could go to that.
Heat 6, Gate 1 in red, Jack Alder. Gate 2 in white, Sam Masters. Gate 3 in blue, Anders Rowe. Gate 4 in yellow, Drew Kemp. Jack Alder's off the unfavoured inside gate now, and Anders Rowe is off the favoured Gate 3. If
Anders Rowe is the odd one out.
If anyone's going to make one work, it's going to be this fella though.
You'd expect so, wouldn't you?
Is Anders Rowe the only one that didn't win his first race?
Correct.
And Drew Kemp was an impressive winner of Heat 2, to be fair.
He was. He gated very, very well.
And the line is on the outside, so the run-off Gate 4 will probably be the best one to be on at the moment.
And Drew's the only one to win off Gate 1.
He hadn't won off Gate 1. Was he on Gate 1?
He was on Gate 1 in Heat 2.
Oh.
So, the boys then getting themselves ready for Heat number 6. Jack Alder looks very, very concentrated as the Star Marshal walks away. Tapes fly away. We go. Sam Masters has got there again, and it's the two Tigers in second and third there with Drew Kemp at the back. Now, what can the two Tigers boys do here? Anders Rowe looking to come round the outside there. He's not quite worked out, and Jack Alder, if he's not careful, is going to almost murder his teammate. It's a murder on the Alderton track, never mind the dance floor. Sam Masters is out there in front, though, and he's checked out, he's away, he's flying at the minute. And to be honest, looking at this, there's no way back now for him, barring any slips, trips, falls, or mechanical failures, and it's going to be a 3-3, and the Lions are going to retain that 2-point lead that they've got on the night, and the a lot bigger than 22 points that they've got on aggregate. I can't really count, so I'll just let Dill tell you the scores after this last lap to go. I apologise, I'm just talking a shite now, but there's not a lot happening on track. It's quite a procession at the moment, but Sam Masters is about 5 million miles in front. He may as well just pop into Scunny, see how we're getting on. And then there's 2 Tigers boys are there.
Sam Masters made a beautiful start then, and then when he got his wheel in that dirt, he absolutely cleared off, and that was as easy as can be for him, to be honest. And he looked impressive as well. The 2 Sheffield boys, Anders Rowe was quick, just not quick enough. Jack Alder, I think, was just content to sit in behind Anders. He was never going to catch Sam. And the win in white goes to Sam Masters with a race winning time of 62.15. Second in blue, Anders Rowe, and third in red, Jack Alder. 17 points to Sheffield, 19 to Leicester, and that opens up a 2-point further lead on the aggregate now, so it's a 24-point lead that Leicester now hold on aggregate.
What Dill said, yeah.
With 51.75, so Leicester need 15 more points to take the aggregate point, but they're riding well enough to win the meeting on the night at the moment, dare we say.
But I think we both said this last night. We both predicted a Leicester win. And looking at this, we're probably going to get it.
Al, what's going on at Ipswich while we've got a quick second?
So there's been 2 more heats at Ipswich. Heat number 3, Adam Ellis touched the tapes. Not touched the tapes. Moved at the start. And then it went on for Keenan Rue to win Heat 3. Tom Brennan in second and Jonas Sheps in the third, with Ellis retiring.
You'll have to tell us 4 after they're at tapes for each.
Yeah, that's fine. Now. There's a 4-2 to Birmingham, and that made the scores 10-8 after Heat 3.
Heat 7 at Sheffield. Ryan Douglas goes off gate 1 in white. Made a really good start in his first ride, but was passed by an inspired Josh Pickering. Gate 2 in red is Chris Alder. Gate 3 in yellow, Carl Howarth. And gate 4 in blue, Justin Sedgman. Well, one of the 2 riders off the outside are going to score for the first time tonight. The question is, which one's it going to be?
Who knows?
It looks like on updates there's a lot of tributes to Ozzy Osbourne on the music front tonight. It sounds like there's a fair bit of Ozzy and Black Sabbath being played at Ipswich.
Yeah, that's understandable, obviously, given the news released earlier this week. R.I.P. in pieces, Ozzy, if you're listening.
Oh my God, they've just had Heat 5. Tobias Michalek is an embarrassment.
Something tells me they've had 8-5 at Ipswich. But, boys coming up to tapes at heat number 7 here at Sheffield. Kyle Howarth looking for a better ride out this time as the starting Ashland walks away. Tapes fly away. We go to a good start again from Ryan Douglas there. And what can Chris Alder do as he's blasted himself round the outside there of Ryan Douglas. Great move there by Chris Alder. So it's Chris in the front with Ryan and Kyle sitting there in second and third, and it is Justin Sedgman at the rear of the field. And to be fair, there's no turning back now for Chris. He's out there. He's basically checked out away and gone. Doug is going to give it absolutely everything to get closer to Chris, but this track's a one-line track. If you're not on the one line, then you're not going to get anywhere, unfortunately. But Chris Alder's just doing Chris Alder things. He's in this race anyway. He's looking like the Chris Alder as old, as some may say. And yeah, he's not doing too bad in this one. We are in the last lap. I'm just rambling shite because there's not a lot happening. I do apologise, folks. But yeah. Chris Alder then coming round to take the checkered flag in heat number 7.
At what point does Simon Stead and the Sheffield promotion start to get very, very worried about Justin Sedgman? He's constantly underperforming at home. He was crap last week.
I hope we get this Justin Sedgman tomorrow. I'm not going to lie.
They're really going to have to start. He's going to have
The-
to book his ideas up, or he's going to have to pack his bags and away he goes, because they won't tolerate this. He's being embarrassed in every race he does. Heat 7 was won by the rider in red Chris Alder with a time of 62.43, second in white Ryan Douglas and third in yellow Carl Heworth. Points divided 3 apiece, and it's 20 points to 22. And ironically, the birth year of BSN, with an aggregate score now of 54 points to 78. Leicester are riding really well. This gives me Vox. Leicester have done well here this season already, haven't they? This gives me vibes of Birmingham riding at Leicester, where the away team somewhat have a bit of a thing where they ride their away track better.
I was going to say, like Leicester to Sheffield is almost like what Oxford is to Scunny this year. They're just the Achilles heel. Just can't seem to get anything over the line against them.
Yeah.
Which, this Sheffield team was built to obviously do some damage in the league, and if these get the Lions in the playoffs, there's only one way them 2 meetings are going, and it's not in the way of South Yorkshire.
No, and it's not going anyway with this number 6 that Sheffield have got out. Do you want to give us the heats 4 and 5 from Ipswich, Mush?
Can do. So heat number 4 was a win for the rider in red, Emil Saifudanov. Matty Ziegler in white in second, and Jason Edwards in blue in third. That 4-2 made the scores 14 to Ipswich, 10 Birmingham. Heat number 5 was won by Tom Brennan in the blue helmet, Paco Castagna in yellow in second, and Adam Ellis in red in third. Tobias Musilak at the back. Another 4-2 to Ipswich makes the current scores 18 to the Ipswich Witches, 12 to the Birmingham Brummies after 5 heats.
Richard Machin in the chat. If you keep with this team for the rest of the season, we've got bugger all chance in the playoffs. I think the top 5 is solid enough. Louis Kerr, Matt. It's the 2 riders that came in to replace Woofenden and Hume. It's Lewis Kerr and it's Justin Sedgman. They're, you're never going to replace Ty Woofenden, but then Louis Kerr, so Justin Sedgman hasn't been impressive at all really since he came in. Certainly not at home, and he's been overshadowed by Leon Flint away. He's doing a bit better, but to be honest, he couldn't do much worse than he's doing at home. So that's not a massive confidence boost for Sheffield either.
No, 100%. Yeah. If you are watching, obviously get yourselves in the comments and we'll read them out. Give us some of your questions. We've still got 10 people watching us.
We've had another heat at Ipswich, Al. Alan?
Al?
Yeah, apologies, sorry, I must have missed that. It's not came. Oh, there we go. It's come through in updates now. Heat number 6 at Ipswich, I think it works out, was a win for the rider in white, Matty Ziegler, with Jason Doyle in second and Danny King in third. 3-3 makes the scores after 6 heats, 21 to Ipswich, 15 to Birmingham.
I'm keeping a note on the bottom of my own little bodge job programme for this meeting of Barker's score for his result graphic. It ain't going to make very good reading. And this Birmingham deciding to keep Sam Hagan as the rising star is really backfiring. He was crap on Monday, he's been crap again tonight.
Yeah, it's not been the best move, has it, by the Brummies management, but what can you do?
They're closing at the end of the year, aren't they? I absolutely don't blame Jason Edwards for wanting to go to Ipswich for the rest of the season. I don't think Jordan Jenkins will be back for them the rest of the season, if I'm honest. I think they'll keep Jace. Yeah, I don't know, but I can't blame him. Richard says agreed, Lewis and Justin just too inconsistent. That pretty much sums up their careers, really, doesn't it?
It does really, doesn't it? I think, to be fair, Louis been probably one of the most unluckiest riders in the game. You know, every year he has an injury
Touch
at
wood,
some
he ain't had
point.
one yet. Not a big one, anyway.
Not yet. Not a massive one yet, has he? But yeah, it's, and as we say, we were never going to replace Ty. I'm sure obviously the Bateses tried every available option to them, but international riders don't want to come over here, and it's as simple as that.
And
And
if they do, they're asking for extortionate wages or a really high signing fee.
exactly.
And the risk just isn't worth the reward, because you've got Emil Saivudinov at Ipswich with Jason Dorr, you've got Magic Yanofsky, who is still a big name rider at Oxford, you've got Bewley and Brady Kurtz at Bellevue. They're not bringing in the crowds anywhere really. You've got a GP star in Jankovic at Kings Lynn. They're just not bringing in the crowds that consistently that you'd expect. So no team's going to spunk a massive signing fee or wage fee on a top name, because they're not getting any uptake really for it.
The question is, if the GP boys aren't bringing in the crowds,
Who will?
is it time to take a step back and go to like a standard league where every team is of the same sort of standard in one league?
It is.
Make it cheaper, make it more accessible to the working class people.
It needs to be. The prices at this day and age are mainly to cover the wages of the big boys. They're not bringing in the crowds. I know they're great to see, but if you take 5, 6, 7 quid off the admission and don't have those boys here, but do have competitive teams where everybody is of the similar strength, you've just got an all-round better product. But we know that. If they took us to rugby for their AGM, we could tell them that.
We could tell them that. They wouldn't do out about it, but we could tell them.
We could try. We're on with Heat 8. We got riders coming out. Richard Lawson's been underwhelming so far, it's got to be said.
He has. One rider that hasn't been underwhelming tonight, Joe Thompson. He's done well.
Really, really good, but he's off that gate 1 now. And the lineup of 8, gate 1 in yellow is Joe Thompson, gate 2 in blue is Leon Flint. It's one apiece between the two rising stars, so this is essentially the grudge match between them. Gate 3 in white is Richard Lawson, and gate 4 in red is Anders Rowe, who looked quicker last time out, but a little bit untidy as well.
100%. And on a big fast track like Sheffield is, you have to question how his shoulder's hanging up.
Yeah, it's still damaged, and it's can't be. I mean, I suppose it's better riding somewhere like this than somewhere like Plymouth, though.
Got a point.
A tight, you've got to turn it track.
So the Star Marshal then walked away for heat number 8. Tapes fly away. We go. That was a beautiful start there from Leon Flint, who got to the first corner first, and it's the two Lions there in the second and third place position. Anders Rowe at the back at the moment, although Rowe's now starting to put a bit of pressure on Joe Thompson. Rowe coming round the outside. Can he do Joe Thompson here? Not quite. Joe Thompson with a very good defensive ride here. Now, can Anders Rowe cut towards the inside on Joe Thompson? Richard Lawson's there in second place, by the way. And Leon Flint's still out, winning the race. But yeah, as we come into the next lap, Anders Rowe's trying absolutely everything to get to Joe Thompson, but this track's very much a one-line track, and Joe's on that one line, and Anders just can't get anywhere near him. Leon Flint's a million miles ahead. He can pop into Scunny, see how the track's looking like for tomorrow, come back, and he'd still win this one. That's how far he is ahead. And this is a very solid ride here as well in the third place for Joe Thompson. A little bit untidy there, but he still manages to keep hold of that third place.
That's another point, and he's scored in all of his rides so far, and fair play to him. Leonard says, totally agree, let's go back to one league, just to see how more Saturday and Sunday meetings. Yeah, that's true. Weekend meetings always brought in the best crowds, don't they? Whatever Leon Flint did there worked. Made a good start, cleared off. Joe Thompson, though, packing in another vital third place. And the result of Heat 8 was a win for the rider in blue, Leon Flint, with a winning time of 62.269. Second in white, Richard Lawson.
Throw up.
And third in yellow, Joe Thompson. Points divided 3 apiece, progressively now 23 points to 25 and 57 points to 81 on aggregate.
But it is.
Joe dropped the clutch and his bike just did not move, did he? He did not want to take him.
No.
He was sat waiting for it and the bike was like, you can wait a bit longer, pal.
But yeah, this was a determined effort as well for Manders, but Joe just held the right line.
Here's one for you then. Has Joe done enough to keep his job with Leicester? Or cause I'd imagine Gilks is somewhere near fitness. A couple of weeks ago he was planning on having a practice. I don't know if he's done that and I don't know how it turned out. It's gone a bit quiet since. But if he's ready to return imminently, does Stuart Dixon bring him back in or does he persist with Joe?
I don't know. It's a difficult one. We can have the debate when we have the next track raid.
Heat 9, Gate 1 in white, still unbeaten so far from his 2 rides. Sam Masters, Gate 2 in blue, Louis Kerr, Gate 3 in yellow, Drew Kemp, and Gate 4 in red, Josh Pickering, who's been quick tonight. Made a good pass in Heat 3, couldn't get past in his last race though, but he's definitely got some speed about him. But Sam Masters is gating, and when he's in front, he's bloody quick.
He is.
And this meeting's absolutely flying through.
Maybe they've got rain forecast this evening.
I hope it does fly through. We can all be in bed by 9 o'clock at this rate.
Oh, bed by 9. I remember when I used to have 9 o'clock bedtimes.
How old were you? 4?
9.
Louis Kerr needs to do something here.
He does. And Pico could do with making a good gate.
He's notoriously not a gator, is he though, Pico? He's like bomber. He's an Australian bomber.
But Sam Masters has been gating very, very well.
He's a gator.
So the Star Master walks away for route number 9. Takes flight. It's a great start there from both the Leicester Lions boys there. And it's the Lions currently on a 5-1 advantage at the moment. Pickering's trying absolutely everything. And to be fair, Lewis Kerr's in the third place. And this isn't what was in the books, as Drew Kemp now has the lead. And he's almost been looked after by Sam Masters. Although Lewis Kerr now looking to come to the inside there. And Masters not quite worked out. Now, this is a brilliant team riding performances from Sam Masters, although Pickering's now trying to blast himself around the outside, not quite worked out. Sam Masters saw that and he thought, you're not coming through, pal, soz mate. And Drew Kemp's there, he's out in front. He's been well looked after here by Sam Masters. Drew Kemp should go to Sam Masters after this race, say, come on pal, I'm going to buy you a beer, thanks for looking after me mate. As you can see in these bends, Sam's sort of struggling because he's trying to look after his teammate, which is it doesn't happen often in speedway team riding, but that was a perfect 5-1 for the Lions, and the Tigers now in tactical territory.
Sam struggled a bit there. He was miles quicker than Drew. I don't think he's very happy. He just looked over. I do not think Sam's happy there. Drew was almost slowing him down, but ultimately that's a brilliant 5-1 for Leicester. Drew did nothing wrong, he was just riding his race, but I think Sam feels like he's been slowed down a little bit, and they're not. Sam's shaking his head, they're having a couple of words, and the camera's cut away. It's a good result for the Lions, but I do think that Sam was really struggling there, and I think the adrenaline's that's an adrenaline reaction. Heat 9 was won by the rider in yellow, Drew Kemp. No race time given for that one. Second in white, Sam Masters, and third in red, Josh Pickering. 1 point to Sheffield, 5 to Leicester, 24 points to 30 on the night now, and Sheffield are in tactical territory on home shale, and that's pretty much wrapped up the aggregate point as well, with 58 points to 86. So Leicester came here with a 2-point lead. They currently have an 8-point lead on aggregate, so the best way to defend your aggregate lead is to attack and win on the night. But Sam was miles quicker than Drew, and he was really having to shut off, and I think the adrenaline of that race has probably frustrated him a little bit there. He looked a little bit frosty towards Drew, but ultimately they're both here for the same team, and they both did the business for the team there, to be honest.
%. Heat 10. Nearly bedtime, boys.
Find me a pairing in Speedway, a father and son combo that have got a better relationship than Anders Rowe and his dad.
You can't.
The lineup of Heat 10, Gate 1 in yellow, Carl Heworth, Gate 2 in blue, Anders Rowe, Gate 3 in white, Ryan Douglas, Gate 4 in red, Jack Holder. Because a lot of riders, get into Speedway with their dads, and if it's going wrong, it's usually the mechanic's fault or the bike's fault and stuff. You never get that sense from Anders, do you, and his dad?
100%, but I think it kind of helps that Anders and his dad, they're both decent people, which always obviously helps. So heat number 10 then. Jack Holder's eyes look furious as tapes fly for heat number 10. Jack's made a perfect gate there. He's got around both the Leicester boys. Now what can Anders Rowe do? Not a lot at the minute, as it's the two Leicester boys in second and third. It's going to be another share of the spoils at the moment. And you must fear here for Justin Sedgman's place in heat number 11 as we go into the next lap then. Rowe's pushing Kyle Howarth hard. He's making Kyle go all the way out to the fence, but that's just pushing Kyle on, and he's gaining more of a lead over Anders. And Jack Holder is a million miles ahead now. He's out in Doncaster. He's that far ahead. He could go take his family shopping for the day, and he'd still come back and win this one. That's how far he is in front as we come into the last lap now. Jack Holder started to pull wheelies for fun now, and this is very processional at the minute. It's a big 3-3. And to be fair, just right Jack Holder in blue here in heat number 11 now as well.
Although, who in their right mind plays the tactical substitute against Max Frick?
You've got that point, but Jack beat Max in heat 1.
But Max has looked, well then Jack's looked quick there, but then Noddy's not been overly impressive.
He's not been great, has he?
He's doing his hard work from the gate, but he probably will be the tactical, and to be honest, it should be. Heat 10 was won by the rider in red, Jack Holder, with a winning time of 61.81, back down into the 61s now. Second in white, Ryan Douglas, and third in yellow, Carl Heworth. Points divided 3 apiece, and it's now 27 points to 33. We'll get a rough idea in a moment if there's going to be a tactical, but you'd imagine so. And it's 61 points to 89 on aggregate. Dougie got brave there, straight out wide into the dirt, but Jack Holder was rapid then. I don't know what he's changed on that bike, but it worked.
100%.
Al, you got anything from Ipswich while we've got a quick second?
Yeah, I've got a few heats from Ipswich. I'll try and go as quick as I can.
Yeah, do that.
So, heat number 7 was a win for the rider in red, Emil Saifudinov, with Jonas Jefferson in second and Keenan Root in third. That 3 all made the scores 24 points to 18. Heat 8 was won by Danny King with Jason Edwards in second and Paco Castagna third. That 5-1 made the scores 29 points to 19. And Heat 9, which just gone, was won by Tom Brennan with Adam Ellis in second and Matty Zagar third with Ben Barker at the back. Another 5-1. And it's 34 points to 20 after 9 heats.
No tactical here for Sheffield, but Leon Flint comes in to replace Justin Sedgman in blue.
That tells me Jack Holder's going in 12 in blue.
To replace... Who's it with?
Leon.
Who's it with? Picker, yeah, I'd say so.
Against Douglas and Kemp.
Although, Leon's broke down. To be honest, that don't look an easy race either, to be fair.
There is no easy races, is there?
No, it's really difficult to see where a tactical would be most fruitful, to be honest. So heat number 11, gate 1 in red for Sheffield, Chris Alder. Gate 2 in white, Max Frick. The reserve change in gate 3 in blue, Leon Flint comes in place of Justin Sedgman, and off the outside in yellow is Richard Lawson, who's only got 3 points tonight. I expected more. And the one night Stuart Dixon isn't using RR is probably the night that he'd have got away with using it, because everybody's stepped up.
Massively.
Apart from the guest. RR would have got more than 3 points from the 3 rides so far.
I mean, this is a big statement. A statement of intent in it from Leicester more than anything. You know, obviously they've got the cup final next week. They want to be putting on a good show, and they're doing that just now as the tapes rise for heat number 11. It's Chris Alder that gets that first turn first. There's absolute... Oh, I thought there was going to be carnage there. I can't lie. Chris Alder's got the lead there with Max Frick now hunting him down in the second place position. And it's Richard Lawson in third with Leon Flint at the back. But so it's a 3-3 heat advantage at the minute as it still stands. With Max Frick's giving absolutely everything to try and get around Chris Alder. But it's not quite working out at the moment. Chris he's just got his back wheel in the dirt, and he's just going off, and he's just going about his day. Max Frick's trying the absolute same line, but he just can't get it to work. And Richard Lawson is kind of just chilling there in third, and Flint is at the back. So this is obviously going to keep that 6-point lead open for the Lions, and Simon Stead will be planning to use that tactical, I'd imagine, in the next heat. But to come round the turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Solid ride there from Chris Alder. That was a very tasty first bend.
You weren't the only one expecting carnage there. I thought we were going to see riders doing gambols and all kinds of gymnastics down that back straight. But fair play. Max Frick went steaming in and tried to cut back, and Richard Lawson was there, and Richard Lawson actually changed bikes for that one. He's got different fork covers on to the other bike. Heat 11 was won by the rider in red, Chris Alder, with a winning time of 62.03, second in white, Max Frick, and third in yellow, Richard Lawson. Leon Flint at the back, 3-all again, 30 points to Sheffield, 36 points to Leicester. Max Frick gated and just lifted at the wrong time. Yeah,
100%.
that looked, that had everything for carnage, that.
It did.
And as you say, I firmly expect Jack Alder to be coming in as a tactical in place of Leon Flint in 12. But said you've still got to have a ride, so he'll have to go in 14.
14.
And that could, again, weaken Sheffield later on. I don't
100%.
think Joe Thompson's done a lot wrong, but if Drew Kemp can get another couple of points on, I'd imagine Drew comes into 14 for Joe Thompson.
Can't disagree with that, me old cherub.
Anything else going on at Ipswich Hour while we've got a moment, because we're both expecting a tactical here?
I'm not seeing anything at the moment. I'm just going to double check updates very quickly.
Nah, there's nothing.
Nothing at the moment.
And Jonas Jepsen makes his debut for Berwick tomorrow, Palmer.
He does that. Probably to the likes of us, isn't necessarily a surprise signing. Obviously, we've known for a while that Jonas Jepsen was open to championship racing.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, it was always probably going to be a Saturday club as well, although I expected it to be working to not Berwick, so fair play to Berwick for getting in there, because his travel costs into the UK are quite high. So if he can race on a Saturday, stay on a Sunday, race for Birmingham on a Monday, it saves him flying in and flying out all at Birmingham's expense.
Basically, yeah.
Just to say, boys, we've had Heat 10 up at Ipswich, which was won by Jason Doyle, with Keenan Ruin second and Danny King in third.
Just
as
we talk about Jonas Jepsen, who runs the last.
A 4-2 to Ipswich makes the scores 38 to Ipswich, 22 to Birmingham. I wonder if there's going to be a sign of a tactical coming anytime soon.
Surely you've got to put Zagar in for Paco here. I mean, Musilek ain't done a lot. Paco ain't done a lot wrong either, but surely you put Zagar in there against Emil and Dan Thompson. Dan Thompson
Or do you keep it for Heat 12 to replace Barker. I mean,
Jason Edwards is flying, and to be fair, Adam Ellis has dropped. He's doing a bit crap, but Jason Edwards is going well.
Adam Ellis doing a bit crap. I've heard that one before.
I mean, you look at the points by the reserves
Yeah.
here. Ipswich's reserves have got 8, paid 10. Birmingham's have got 1, and that 1 is for Barker. It's not good enough, is it? I know Barker's just coming back from surgery, so you can forgive it, but the Rising Star's crap.
Yeah, not very good.
We've said this a lot. There are better riders without jobs. You know, before his injury last night, I'd have argued a case for Vinnie Ford to be given an opportunity. To be honest, he raced well at Birmingham the other week in there. Oh, Sam and Drew are having a chin wag now. They're all good.
They're all right.
They just sat there having a chin wag.
Yeah.
They're all good. They're sorted.
Sam's just probably trying to tell Drew the address of that brisket place.
That he came all the way from Australia for.
The Drew will be there like, no pal, I can't eat that. I eat grass.
Oh yeah, he's a vegan, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one of them sorts.
Drew seems to have really found his feet this year. His attitude seems better. He's riding well for Berwick. I think riding for Berwick's really helped him.
Riding for the same manager for both teams probably helps him out a bit.
It's criminal that Drew, barring the injury to, or the unavailability of Craig Cook, Drew would have been without a top league team, and he was to start the season before Leicester called him up.
Obviously, Cookie quit, didn't he? Literally the night before the Premiership media day.
I ain't having that. Cookie don't quit. He's ever so reliable.
Oh, is that reliable? Is he riding for his Championship team at the weekend?
No.
No. I think the last time he rode was when Berwick come to Scunthorpe.
There's a rumour that there's a lot more randomised alcohol and other substance tests going on at tracks this year, and come to your own conclusions. But Craig Cook's missing a lot of meetings this year.
I hope that doesn't include normal officials as well.
Yeah, because you do like a drink. Do you want to quickly run us through the scorers so far while they're on the screen?
So they're very quickly. Jack Alder 7 and 1, Anders Rowe 3, Josh Pickering 6, Lewis Kerr 1, Chris Alder 8, Justin Sedgwick 0, Leon Flint 5, Max Frick 7, Richard Lawson 4 and 1, Ryan Douglas 6, Kyle Howarth 2 and 2, Sam Masters 8 and 1, Drew Kemp 6, Joe Thompson 3 and 1, and we've got a tactical in Heat 12.
Shock horror. Imagine my surprise.
I think you're just about as surprised as, I don't know, little Marie 80 years ago getting a Barbie doll for Christmas.
I'm about as surprised as that brisket bloke was when Sam said, I've come all the way over from Australia to try this. Lies.
Come all the way from Australia to try this.
You came all the way from the Midlands, pal. YouTube comments lady with a couple of cookie emojis followed by hiding face ones. Us saying things how it is. I ain't having that.
No, never.
Can't do that in Speedway. You might upset some people.
100%.
Tough shit to be them people then, innit?
It is.
Drew looked quite calm and relaxed in the pits. Is that old Mia Durkin on the centre green? Not there. That's Charlotte.
That's that Charlotte.
But I'm sure I've seen Mia Durkin floating around on the centre green. She usually does us a solid with some decent pictures of our riders, particularly the Piper boys at Leicester Fox Cubs. Heat 12, as Palmer says, tactical. Jack Alder comes in to replace Leon Flint. Gate 1 in red is Josh Pickering. Gate 2 yellow, Drew Kemp. Gate 3 in blue, the tactical substitute Jack Alder. And gate 4 in white is Flying Ryan Douglas. Give him his proper name.
Can't give him his proper name. Would be demonetised.
You mean to say we're monetised in the first place?
Well, you've got points. Tell you what, we're rattling through this meeting here.
Good, we'll be wrapped up in no time. Heat 12 already.
Already. Madness.
No, it's going lovely and quick, isn't it?
It is. So, boys, getting ourselves into order then for heat number 12. Come on, boys, when you're ready. Some of us have got to go to work tomorrow.
Some of us have got to go to bed tonight.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
And Alan's got to get up to go and make a cup of tea tomorrow for Scotland Council.
Some of us have got to have a ready meal for supper as well. Finally, the start match walked away for heat 12. It's a very, very good skate there from Drew Kemp. He's got to the first turn first. Pickering looking to come underneath him, and Jack Alden now looking to come outside of him, and they've been put Drew Kemp under loads of pressure, and both Tigers come through like a knife going through hot butter, eh? And now the challenge is for the Tigers is Ryan Douglas, who's about 300 miles in front of them, and I think the Sheffield Tigers are going to have to settle for a 3-3, and Simon Stead's going to be giving them a bottom kicking for not making the start in that one, because that on paper should have been a heat advantage at least to the Tigers, but it's not quite worked out for him, and Dougie's made an absolutely fantastic gate. That was it. He's away, he's gone, he's checked out, he can go to the chippy for his tee, he pulls a wheelie as he comes down the home straight for the final time, and Dougie just doing Dougie things, riding a very, very professional race there out in front. He's been chased all the way by Jack Alder there in the in the second place position, but it's not quite enough, and that virtually wraps the meeting up on the night.
Honestly, he finished last then, but Drew Kemp was the catalyst for that because he outgated the rider on the inside of him and clamped him, got himself around both the Sheffield boys and gave Dougie all the room he needed to come round the outside.
It was a very good. It was a good gate.
And Jack Alder was quick, but Dougie had built up the lead he needed, and Drew Kemp did the hard work then. And that's about all she wrote as far as Sheffield's challenge tonight goes. I feel the result was a win for the rider in white, Ryan Douglas, second in blue the tactical substitute Jack Alder, and third in red Josh Pickering. 3 apiece makes it 33 points to 39. The aggregate's wrapped up, we don't care about that. Pico and Douglas and a chinwag. It looked like Jack Alder and Pico were racing each other. They couldn't decide which one was going to challenge.
No, 100%. And we've just got a replay here of the start of 8-12. Perfect start there from Drew.
He does this, he clamps Pico and he blocks Holder enough for Dougie to go.
100%.
Even for that 3/4 of a lap, that was all that Dougie needed to get the space. So, although he finished last and he won't get points for that, that was thanks to Drew Kemp's hard work.
Stuart Dixon definitely owes Drew Kemp a beer for that.
Pay him a bonus point for it.
Yeah, I would.
It's impressive the speed Jack had to come from this position to be literally on Dougie's exhaust by the end. Jack's looking at Pico there as if to say, slow down, let me go. He's like, I'm coming through, stop racing me. And we're going to have a little bit of a delay because Jack Alder's in 13 as well. Al, what's going on at Ipswich, Mush?
Well, we've only had one more heat, and I'm sorry to say there was no tactical used in heat number 11. Both riders kept their team spot, and heat number 11 was won by Emil Saifudanov with Tobias Musilak in second, Paco Castagna in third, and Dan Thompson at the back.
Dan Thompson's struggling this evening again, isn't he?
Scores after 11 heats going into the interval: 41 to the Ipswich Witches, 25 to the Birmingham Brummies.
Well, we only need 5 more points to match our tally from last time. Surely even these can't screw that up.
Never say never.
Alright, Justin, you calm down.
Not the Justin Bieber jokes again. What the ones I did was bad enough last night.
Who told you that?
Me, when I listened to it back.
Was that your sending yourself to sleep anthem last night?
It was. It was that or watch Fairly Odd Parents, and I thought it was about 11:30, 12:45 to midnight. If I watched Fairly Odd Parents, I'll never go to sleep.
Brilliant.
So I listened to myself instead. And the reluctant tones of Mr. Dill.
Richard says, seriously think you're looking at the league champions, and I don't mean Sheffield. Could be right, could be Leicester's year.
Again, no, we said this last year. Leicester went on a big roll last year, and when it
Too early,
mattered,
though.
they fell apart.
They did, yeah. I don't think
So-
that'll happen again, though.
It'd be nice to see a different team win it. I mean, don't know about you, I'm a bit bored of Bellevue winning it now.
Anyone but Bellevue, I'll be honest, I don't think Sheffield have got the team to do it, not with their number 4 and number 6. Ipswich could be
No.
there if they stay injury free.
But again, they need all the boys on form. And at the
Dan
minute,
Thompson's
I know
not.
we're still 2 months away from the playoffs, but Leicester's got everything that they need for a title-winning team.
We need a 4-2 for Leicester here for that number, Palmer, on aggregate.
Oh, grow up!
E13, gate 1 in white, Max Frick, gate 2 in red, Jack Alder, gate 3 in yellow, Sam Masters still on a paid maximum so far, and off the outside in blue, Chris Alder. It's Noddy and Jack versus Sam Masters, who's on a maximum, and Max Frick, who's dropped just a couple of points.
Don't forget though, Sam Masters only come to this country to try a piece of very well cooked beef.
I hope it was a good brisket.
So do
I mean, he weren't lying, he has come all the way from Australia. What, he just didn't mention the part that he's here for 6 months for Speedway as well. I mean, he has come all the way from Australia.
He definitely didn't help his case. He's got Sam Masters Racing on his hat.
Bit of self
with Shale on it.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I do like Sam, he's a nice fella.
He's a decent enough bloke, isn't he? And Heat 13 then. Let's see what happens as the start match walks away. The tapes rise. And Jack Alder's gated there beautifully, but Max Frick there sending Jack Alder there for a hot dog. Now Jack Alder looks to come round the outside there of Sam Masters. Chris Alder looking to go up the inside of him as well. It's a 3-3 at the moment. And now Max Frick's got too much of a lead, to be fair, on Jack Alder for Jack to make any form of challenge on him. And to be fair, Jack and Chris just need to team ride this one to keep Sam Masters at the back. So as we come into the turns 3 and 4 now, with this same lap as now they enter the next lap. This is amazing commentary you get here on Shoot Some Shale. You should definitely tune in more often. It is a bit processional, this now, isn't it? It's a 3-3. 6 point gap still going to help out. We're not going to get the magic number. Bloody hell, Max Frick. You're denying us of a magic number. Daniel, grow up. You're 27 next week. As Max Frick comes round turns 3 and 4 for what I believe is the final time.
You're right.
Sam Masters was somewhere near Rotherham at the end of that.
That was a move that was pre-planned. Max Frick to send him wide, Sam to cut back. Sam just didn't have the speed to do it. Max Frick did have the speed to clear off. He sent him wide and got on the line he wanted to be on at the same time. It's very rare you see Jack Alder 3/4 of a lap behind a visiting rider, certainly at Sheffield.
I think that move on Jack from Max, I think that was personal as well in the first turn.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Result of 13 was a win for the rider in white, Max Frick, with a winning time of 61.11 quick. Second in red, Jack Alder, and third in blue, Chris Alder. Again, 3-all. We're on a run of these now, and it's 36 points to 42. Sam Masters makes the worst start I think he's probably ever made.
100%.
Yeah, he meant that, didn't he?
That was personal.
And it was a heat full of Aussies, and they always like to beat each other.
I think there might be a little bit of beef, with Jack and Max.
I don't know.
Because they've both done... they've both given each other very harsh moves this evening.
GP boys, though, innit? They're... I don't know. But Max Frick definitely got the last laugh then, because he bitched Jack Alder by about 3/4 of a lap.
Basically, yeah.
We've just got 2 races left to go, and we do know that Justin Sedgman's going to be in this one, and I'd imagine Louis Kerr will get, or maybe Flinty will come in for Louis Kerr. He has had his 3 rides, and
I think that looks like Flinty in red.
Yeah, Louis Kerr has been replaced by Leon Flint, and Joe Thompson keeps his spot. Heat 14, Gate 1 in blue, Justin Sedgman, Gate 2 white, Carl Howarth, Gate 3 in red, Leon Flint replaces Louis Kerr, and off Gate 4 in yellow, Joe Thompson, who's scored in all of his rides so far. Last meeting, well, the meeting against Birmingham a few weeks ago here, Sedgy went 0-0-0 and then got a paid win in 14 on a 5-1. Is this going to do the exact same thing?
I'd like to think so, more than anything, because it keeps the scoreline that little bit more interesting going into Heat 15.
Just a quick one, because Alan's probably having a breather. Heat 12, Keenan Roux takes tactical substitute ride with Jonas Jepsen replacing Ben Barker against Adam Ellis and Jason Edwards at Ipswich.
So from Heat 12 at Ipswich to Heat 14 at Alderton, the tapes fly, away we go. Leon Flint's made a beautiful gate there, but Kyle Howarth lucky to come round the outside there, but Flinty just got the big boy bollocks out there, and he's showing Kyle Howarth the way around his former home track of 9 years. Justin Sedgman is an absolute embarrassment to Sheffield at the minute. Is this maybe Sedge's last meeting for the Tigers? Who knows? But Leon Flint's very impressive out in front, and he's struggling to hang on a bit, looking like that, coming around the bends. But the two Lions boys are settling there in second and third. And to be fair to Joe Thompson there in third, he's riding a decent race to hold off the challenge of Justin Sedgman. And Joe Thompson, he's not been in the big points, but to be fair, he's worthy of Rider of the Night for me. But we're in the last lap now. Leon Flint's in Rotherham. Justin Sedgman's somewhere in Sheffield. And there's two Leicester boys in between. And that's how it stays.
Thought Kyle was going to shut off for Joe then. I think Kyle thought about shutting off for Joe then as well, but he didn't. Good ride from Flinty, Justin Sedgman and Louis Kerr. I get the feeling maybe told to pack their bags soon and get out. Joe Thompson scored a third place in all of his rides, and he finishes on 4 paid 6. That's a really good return. Kyle Howarth made a gate as well, and the two Glasgow boys having a little chin wag there. Heat 14 was won by the rider in red, Leon Flint. Second in white, Carl Howarth, and third in yellow, Joe Thompson. 63.63 the winning time. And that was a 3-all again. Justin Sedgwick, yeah, he's gonna. If he's this crap tomorrow, Edinburgh won't hit 30 points at Scunner. He's just looked awful.
Don't you be filling me with hope.
He's looked awful, and he's looked crap.
His body language says it all. He's just uninterested.
Al's asked what the winning time was for 13. Al, honestly, I don't know. Have a look on updates. That might tell you.
61.11.
Yeah, that. I haven't been writing them down. I just say them out when they're on the screen. Do you want to quickly plug the people we're working for while we've got a minute, while we're at 15?
Oh, 100%, since we haven't had an interval. Thanks, Sheffield, for that. We are absolutely delighted to be working with some of the top people in British Speedway at the minute, with brothers Ace and Steam Piper being our poster boys, and we're delighted to be sponsoring Ryan Ingram as well as working with Jake Allen, Simon Lambert, Declan Kennedy, Connor King, Skullfoot Scorpions, and I'm sure there's somebody that I've forgotten.
Barker.
Ben Barker, that's the one. I always forget one. And
he's the only one without a logo, to be fair.
That's probably what it is. And if you do know of... Dex there as well. What a boy. So yeah, if you know of any riders that want any social media work doing for next year, drop us a message. D&D Media on Facebook. We've got a website, dndmediadesigns.weebly.com, or we've got an email, dndmediaspeedway@gmail.com. Get your emails into us, and if you want some social media work doing next season, I'm sure we can come up with a little deal.
Who do we go for in 15 here? Look, Leicester have won on the night, haven't they?
Yeah.
Do they put Richard Lawson out? Just to give him an extra ride, just to save one of their riders, because he's opposition on Monday.
He is. to be fair, Stuart will want to win this as big as he can, even though the aggregate's
The
wrapped up
aggregate's
and the
done,
meeting's
the
wrapped
meeting's done. He can't lose it. He's not going to lose the aggregate. I wouldn't risk a couple of big boy riders.
No, it's one of them nights as well where for Leicester a 46-44 win'd do.
Yeah, got the aggregate. The 5-1 to Sheffield ain't going to make a jot of difference here. 5-0 to Sheffield ain't going to make a jot of difference here.
No, 100%.
Oh, I've just been handed a tub of chocolates.
Oh, what type of chocolates?
Nestle Dairy Box, and I'll get first dips at what's in here. That's dangerous.
Oh, nice.
Vanilla cup, no, that's boring. Salted toffee, no, that's boring. Chocolate valet, looks a bit weird. Hazel smooth, can't eat nuts, that rules you out. Tangy orange, truffle, no, don't like truffles. Crispy milk chocolate, will I one of you? Caramel heart and a strawberry kiss, will I them freedom?
Strawberry kiss, that sounds like what you get in a tin of roses.
Caramel heart, I'm going to guess that's the one that's shaped like a heart.
That would make sense. Again, if you're a Speedway fan watching this, I do apologise. We've turned into Thursday Night Kitchen Live.
Oh, do I have an orange truffle as well? Yes, I do. I better hand them back now before I get slapped.
Just in case you need them for after.
Got a point.
Oh, chocolates galore. Everyone loves a bit of chocolates. What's Leonard said in the chat? Well done, lads. Good job as usual. Catch next meeting. And next meeting is probably, if Palmer is interested enough to purchase it, next Wednesday. It's the Pool Pirates versus the Oxford Cheetahs. And we'll probably be back next Thursday as well with Leicester versus Kingsley in the second leg of the Knockout Cup final.
That could be a very, very interesting cup final.
Oh, it is.
Leicester's on. Nice. Yeah, Leicester obviously the uninformed team at the minute. Kings Lynn, even though they're not in the playoffs, they're coming into some decent form. So the cup final's anyone's game.
Could be interesting. And it'll depend who they've got as a guest for Ben Cook as well, who's too
It's
injured
Lewis
to ride
Kerr.
in England. He's been crap tonight, let's be honest.
But he can ride Leicester well, and he can ride Kings. Well, he rides Kings Lynn like Josh Orty rode Scunny.
I mean, he can usually ride Sheffield well, to be fair.
Yeah, he can, to be honest.
Flinty walks out of the BSM booth as Stuart Dixon walks in. This is day one of 3 of them being opposition because of the Glasgow and Berwick meetings over the weekend as well. I've just been gave another caramel heart and another strawberry kiss. Oh, I'll get both of them. I'll have that.
Simon's dead. He's got a face like a slapped ass.
He wouldn't be very good at poker, would he, Steady?
No.
Anything going on at Ipswich, Al?
Well,
that tactical bloody word, didn't it? Fantastic.
Well, I'm glad you asked because Heat 12 was an very interesting heat. Jan's good friend Adam Ellis decided to demolish the tapes and ended up going off 15 metres.
Oh my god, that's even worse.
But it makes it worse for Birmingham because Jason Edwards won the rerun with Adam Ellis finishing second and Keenan Rowe, who took the tactical substitute, finishing third, and Jonas Jefferson retiring. So that 5-1 made the scores 46 to Ipswich, 26 to Birmingham, and Dan Thompson coming in for Jason Doyle in heat number 13, which has already been stopped due to a tapes malfunction.
It's actually been run, Al. It was won by Tobias Muchalek. We've had Emil Savinov second and Matti Zagar third.
Oh, very well, thank you. That didn't come up on updates, so
And
you're one ahead of me.
Heat 14, Jason Edwards replaces Dan Thompson.
Well, thank you, Dill.
No problem.
Would you like to finish my job for the night?
I mean, use BSN's updates, they're quicker.
Fair point.
Not my fault, you're being a silly willy.
I can give you the lineup for 8:15 here.
Go on then, I'll let you.
Off gate 2 in the red helmet colour will be Jack Alder. His partner in blue will be Chris Alder. In white, in yellow will be Stan Masters. With Kyle Howarth goes in yellow.
In white, in yellow. Which one is he, white or yellow?
Kyle's yellow bush.
I meant Sam. He said in white, in yellow. Well, that's what it came through as anyway.
Sorry, I meant white in gate 1.
Oh.
My apologies. Same thing though, innit?
I'm shocked we ain't got Lewis Kerr and Justin Sedgman in here, to be honest. Ripped off.
Shame on you, Sheffield Speedway. People pay £25 to get in there tonight. All they want to see is Lewis Kerr and Justin Sedgman at 8:15.
And chocolates were really nice.
That's what we like to hear, Bush. I've got a curry in the freezer. I might have that in a minute.
Oh, a bit late for the
So-
curry, innit?
Yeah, it's only an house, this cheap one, Mush. Tapes rise for heat number 15, and it's the two lines. Whereas I'll get to the first to the first. Now, Jack Alder blasted himself up the inside thereof. Kyle Howarth in now. He's got Sam Masters in his sights. And Chris Alder is trying all he can. Kyle makes a big mistake there off turn 4. Can Chris capitalise? No, he can't. Now, Jack Alder trying to blast himself up the inside here as Sam Masters. He's not quite got the speed to do it just yet. It's Jack holding the inside line. He forces Sam out wide, but he's only favouring Sam at the moment. Jack probably needs to try and go out a little bit wider if he can, but it's not going to work out. Sam Masters has got this one all but wrapped up in the bag, barring any form of slips, trips and falls, as... and Chris Alder's a million miles at the back now. Jack now finally starting to try the outside, and Jack Alder coming up the inside. Done him. What a move there from Jack Alder. Who told you that Sam Masters had all but gone and checked out and won this one? I wouldn't listen to him. But Jack Alder wins the last race of the night with a sensational last lap move there.
Sam made a mistake, ran a bit wide. There's going to be an handshake. These two get on quite well. To be fair, we saw Sam Masters and his scrap with Nicky Pedersen's mechanic in the GP. You don't want to be starting fights with this man.
No, you don't.
Good ride from Kyle as well to hold off a nodder.
Only the 6-3-3 in a row.
Result of 15 was a win for the rider in red, Jack Alder. Second in white, Sam Masters, and third in yellow, Kyle Howarth. Makes the final score 42 points to 48 and 76 to 104 on aggregate. We'll quickly add up the scorers. Leicester gated then. They gated on a 5-1.
I did.
Anything going on at Ipswich, Al?
Nothing yet at Ipswich.
No problem.
Oh, actually, sorry, I've got that wrong. Jason Edwards won heat number 14,
Sure.
with Keenan Rowan second and Tom Brennan third. A 4-2 makes the scores going into heat 15, 52 points to 32.
Well, I'll run down the final scorers, then I'll start with the Tigers. Jack Alder finished on 14 plus 1. Anders Rowe 3. Josh Pickering 7 and a bonus. Lewis Kerr 1. Chris Alder 9 and 1. Justin Sedgman failed to score. Leon Flint scored 8. For the Lions, Max Frick scored 10. Richard Lawson 4 and a bonus. Ryan Douglas 9. Kyle Howarth 5 and 3. Sam Masters 10 and a bonus. Drew Kemp 6. Joe Thompson 4 and 2.
We will hold out for 8:15 from Ipswich because I've got a Ben Barker's result anyway, so we may as well. So you get to stick around for another minute or two. Leicester boys are going out to their fans. Good performance from Leicester, that really good performance.
And it did look to be on some of the Snapchats I've received. There was a good Leicester following tonight as well, so fair play to them.
They went down with the confidence of winning, didn't they? And they did. And to be fair, it
Done
was
just that.
the reserves. Leon Flint did solid enough with 8 points, but as a reserve pairing, he got 8 points solo. Sedgley got nothing. Drew Kemp and Joe Thompson got 10 paid 12 between them, and that's where the uptake was, the slack was took up for Leicester. And Joe and Drew's performances may go a bit under the radar, but they were both fantastic.
Cannot disagree with you there, me old China.
Especially that 5-1 over, was it Jack Hold? It was the tactical, was it? No, it wasn't a tactical ride.
No, that one was a 3-3. Not a lot happens to the table. Leicester go above Sheffield now, so Leicester now get themselves to third place. Sheffield in fourth.
Ipswich go top with
Ipswich
their win
go
tonight
top.
by 2, and all the top 3 are now on the same meetings raced as well. Sheffield and Kings Lynn have both got a meeting in hand, and everybody's got at least 1, potentially 2 meetings, in Sheffield and Kings Lynn's case, in hand over Oxford. Birmingham stayed bottom of the pile from 17 meetings raced on 6-5 adrift of Oxford. We know who's going to bottom the table. We know who are going to be in the playoffs. I get the feeling as well, because of the meetings in hand for Kings Lynn over Oxford. I can't see.
It's been one of them seasons, and it where I think sort of from the get-go you knew who the top 4 was.
Yeah.
The Sheffield boys here coming out to take the applause of the Sheffield fans. Why on earth has Justin Sedgman gone out? He does not deserve any applause tonight. He's been embarrassing.
I'll tell you what, he's going quicker now walking than he did when he was on his bike.
Maybe he should walk on the track. He might have scored a point then.
There's a lot of this now. You don't get this enough, do you? The losing team, like, if you've lost at home, you're annoyed, but still come and thank your supporters.
100%.
This don't happen. You barely get a victory parade at Birmingham, to be honest, and it's. Sam Masters wins Rider of the Night just from Max Frick. I personally think it should have been Joe Thompson or Drew Kemp for their parts in this, but yeah.
BSN enough for you, innit? They like to put the favourite ones in.
It's a little bit
We
of
haven't even
recognition.
got.
We should start doing a Rider of the Night.
We should. We can.
We'll have to do that.
Next week we'll start at the D&D Rider of the Meeting.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Vote for your favourite in the comments.
Yeah, we'll pick one rider from each team. But no,
Yeah, that sounds
we're
like
going to have
fun.
to do 2. We're going to have to do 2, give options, because it's all about opinions, isn't it? We'll have to do what BSN do, and people just vote in the chat, and if they don't vote in the chat, we'll pick between ourselves.
Basically. Well, I mean, at least, it's unlike the ones on TNT where it's just literally Calvin Tatum thinks, oh, he did good, he can have the bit of cardboard with a number 1 on it.
Dan Green says you don't win a league with Louis Kerr in the middle order.
You don't.
Nah, you don't. And to be fair, if they got rid of Sedgley and brought somebody in a bit better, Louis Kerr would then drop to reserve, so. Or Anders Rowe, but I think it'd be Louis. And then all of a sudden you're a little bit stronger with Louis Kerr at number 6. It's no good when your number 6 is getting 0. You got paid 3 last time with a paid win in his last race at home, but other than that it was crap. You ain't going to do anything when your number 6 is doing that. You can't keep expecting Flinty to take 5, 6, 7 rides to cover for your number 6 not scoring his points.
Absolutely not.
Oh dear.
We still haven't got a lineup for 8:15 at Ipswich yet.
I'm bored of talking now, to be honest. Should we just wrap it here?
We'll just wrap it up. So if you want any updates from Ipswich, go on to the updates or BSN live updates, and they'll give you the final score when at least they get the lineup for 8:15. I've been Dan, he's been Dill, Al's been with us, we've been D&D Media, Shoot Some Shale. That was Sheffield versus Leicester. I'm 99%